Hey Facebook family, what's going on, legends? I'm just here at Winning HQ and it's looking quite bare right now. I had a team of me and two others when we came here at the start, so it was a huge leap of faith. But we're pretty much wrapped up here and we're moving all our stuff today to the new location, which is about 1 kilometer from here. The only difference is that it's a lot bigger.
Bring the power in my energy. Turn it to a documentary. Print my name inside a legacy. You can separate this energy. Energy. Put all these jokers to rest. Got no diamonds or a chain, but I'll find a way to flex.
So we're pretty much in between offices at the moment, and we're at a period that I call wartime. So there's either wartime and peacetime in business, and because everything's jumbled and all over the place, it's our job as managers and leaders in the business to overdrive support. So I'm going to give massive support and drive for the sales team. So it may seem boring, but it's fucking important, and that's where the focus is at the moment. So it is hustle time.
Call me Goku or Vegeta. Kamikaze my demeanor. Super Saiyan Grim Reaper. Show up, blow your speakers. We just passing your receiver. I will see you when I see you. Hold up, you're standing too close to me. I must not be where I'm supposed to be.
Is that Naomi?
Flex. Making these jokers say wow. I'ma pull up in the Falcon. Yeah, you see me running routes. Got your girl and she aroused. Watch these jokers run their mouth. Swish. Call me Kobe off the shits. Yeah, all in the wrist.
So, just been hustling all day, having a quick break. Got 1 minute to try to finish my meal before we have podcast. And after I do that, I'll crush some more work. And then doing a keynote, then I will sleep.
Thank you for having me here, Jordan. I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to seeing what questions you smash me with and giving these epic sales beasts some value. Sales is easy. Like, the selling part is not the issue. If I could sell myself, and that would be fine. But when you've got a team involved, the name of the game is how do you lead and manage and nurture a team to perform at their optimal, to be able to replicate what you've been able to do yourself. Leaders are immature and they're still trying to find out who they are. And for an organization, that's not an appealing trait. So when they're on the phone, if they know who they are, they can relax into the role and there's less kind of overwhelm and pressure on themselves. Even if someone doesn't have that clarity and pressure, they can still perform on the phone. So I don't think it's the key metric or lever to move to make someone perform. It's just about the consistency. And when I have students, like I have people that in the first couple of weeks can go to from 0 to 10 grand in a week or 60 grand in a week because they can make a few premium sales. But to have somebody replicate that over a period of 3 months or more, it takes serious, that's when the purpose and knowing themselves really pays off. Cool, mate. I'm assuming you'll have a description for this podcast, so just grab my full name and put it into Facebook, find me and send me a message. Very simple. You send me a message, I'll respond back and I'll be able to hit you up. On top of that,
any bits of advice when it comes to knowing, am I ready to actually bring on someone? Should I be going commission only? Should I be going...
that if you're selling something that is heart-centered, where you've got somebody else counting on you, when you get in a sales call and it gets to the end, the thing that separates someone from being a good sales leader and a fucking phenomenal world-class sales gun is that when you get to the end of the call, the best version of you is strong enough to pick up the worst version of the person that's going through fear. Because at the end of every sales call, you get to a point where it's the worst version of someone who's going through massive fear, and it's the best version of you. And if the best version of you stays true to that authenticity that comes from within, they will pull up the worst version and help bring them back to their best and close them. But what happens more often than not with people in sales is the worst version of the person whose life you're trying to change drags you down to their level, and you leave the call feeling like shit because you know that within without actually consciously knowing that. And so all you need to know is that more often than not, more than 50% of the time, The best version of you needs to be able to convince the worst version of the prospect that it's time to change their fucking life. And if you realize that stat, and that it's the best version of you versus the worst version of them, if you can't beat the worst version of someone that you're trying to help at least 50% of the time, then you've got to really look over again whether you're cut out for the space or you're cut out for sales. So that's the main message that I have for any sales leaders. And if you can hold that in your mind and remind yourself of it, you'll close like a beast. And if you forget it, you'll cower down and you'll end up being the worst version of yourself and you'll suck shit.
So we're about to head into this car sales building to do a keynote for about 80 people on the topic of culture and high performing teams. So it's going to be easy because I just did the retreat probably 4 weeks ago on the exact same topic. So I can literally use the same slides. I love doing keynotes, I love doing podcasts. It's my favorite shit to do. It's just not the most important thing for the business. So I haven't been able to do as many lately, but this is my opportunity to shine.
And if there's something off, most of the time people don't notice, but if you notice when your team's got something off and you say, hey, let's go have a chat. I just wanted to run a couple of things by you. They're like, yeah, okay, cool. You go for a walk, might go outside your office building or go into this nice fun area and have a game of pool. You say, look, I notice you're a bit stressed. What's going on? What's going on? You know, what's up? It's a park bench chat. It's when something goes down, it's your way to deal with a reactive big situation. It could be a home-based thing. There might be a workplace conflict. Someone got, had a bit of an argument in a board meeting. Pull them individually aside after. How are you going with that? Is everything okay? Like, that was pretty intense. What's up? You chat through it with them. You allow yourself to disarm the situation and move forward nicely. You've got to start at this time. You've got to be at 9 o'clock. That's a written rule. But if somebody rocks up at 9:10 and nobody says anything, what's going to happen? Is he going to continue to rock up at 9:10? Or are they going to rock up at 9 o'clock? Most of the time they'll rock, if no one says anything, you come in late, they rock up at 9:10. Why? Because the unwritten rule now states that 9:10 is the way to do it. So communicate crazily means that you have the opportunity to control the unwritten rules by the way that you utilize communication and pull asides. And the rules don't control, and you can write this down if anyone's taking notes, the rules don't determine the culture or the standards, the unwritten rules do. The rules don't control, I would say, the behavior, the unwritten rules do.